from words to phrase and clause in learning foreign languages. Phrases and clauses is a simply very important part in the sentence when we learn foreign languages. Let's think about at the beginner level in learning foreign languages. We start learning alphabet, easy words, and easy sentence. And also we learn about the simple conversation. Directly, the sentences are very simple. The simple enough to use only the main words in which consist of sentences. So the beginner level, we are studying easy way to learn by building vocabulary. Once you build vocabulary enough to understand about a long story or long conversations and or the contents from music and culture or news. After then, you can read it. Your reading comprehension will be good because you know about many vocabulary and also basic sentences. Now, you want to be a level up in from the beginners to intermediate level by listening well or reading comprehension good, speaking well. It's something is more than the beginner's level, more than use word by word or the easy sentence by easy sentence. Let's think about so when we read or and listening. Listening and reading is the part of language is comprehension. The comprehension is very important to expression. To expression means speaking and writing is expression. So uh, you try to listen to the songs, you try to listen to news or the long story. Well, think about if you can catch the word by word and get familiar with the, you can catch it with word by word, and then yes, possibly. But you want to try to listen to the whole story. Well, think about you cannot listen first, listening, and then when you practice listening to phrase or the clause to clause. It means simple sentences to sentences. Because most of long sentences consist of phrases, clause, and long sentences together. We call compound sentence or complex sentences in the long sentences. And then also the long sentences combined consist of the whole story. And simply when I read the target language, I think whatever you learn, if you learn any languages, the language pattern will be the same from the word by word and then from the simple sentence to sentence, and then you go to the intermediate level. Now you are studying with the long sentence and the stories and with the grammatical rules. It's more complicated. Then you should know about long sentence consists of phrases, clause, or sentence, basic sentence. In which it's called the compound sentence or complex sentences. So the focus on you needed to know about the phrase or clause or simple sentence that combine each other, not the simple. So and then you can try to listen while you're listening, and then the stories or songs or whatever you listen, you try to catch the phrases or clause or simple sentence in the sentence. By doing that, you can make it much more um, take your time to understand about whole story. Because and then if you catch the phrase, it means the phrase or clause or sentence has several words, more than two words, is called the phrase. Then you can have time to understand about thinking about what the story is like. It's the same when you read the sentence or the stories. So here, what I'm the meaning, and you can use phrases and sentence, clause and sentence. That is the key point about mm, learning comprehension and listening, and reading comprehension. Um, you get this in English in my content, or when we learn foreign languages, especially comprehension of listening and reading, and we can use phrase, clause, and simple sentence in which compound sentence and complex sentence after proofreading with. Translate into Vietnamese abroad. When we learn foreign languages, especially for listening and reading comprehension, it's important to understand how phrases, clauses, and simple sentences work inside compound and complex sentences. After proofreading and analyzing a text, and we realize that every long sentence is actually built from these smaller units. At a beginner level, language learning usually starts with easy words and the simple sentence. Basic conversation are short and include only the most essential vocabulary. As a beginner, we focus on building vocabulary step by step. So we have enough vocabulary. We can understand longer story, longer conversation, music, relic, and cultural use. When reading becomes familiar, our comprehension is slowly to move from beginner level to the intermediate level. We must strengthen our listening and reading comprehension. At this stage, we go beyond word by word understanding instead of reading word by word or listening word by word. We try to understand phrase, clause, and simple sentences within longer sentences. Listening and reading are the foundation of language comprehension. Comprehension is necessary for expression, which includes speaking and writing. For example, when listening to songs, we may first catch familiar word, or later we try to understand the meaning of the whole line or the whole story. Most long sentences are made of many parts, phrases, clauses, and simple sentences. These are combined to form compound sentences and complex sentences. which then build complete stories. No matter the language, learning always follow a similar pattern. Understanding word, understanding simple sentences, understanding longer sentences, understanding paragraph and source. As we move to intermediate levels, the grammar become more important and the sentences become longer. Therefore, we must practice recognize, practice the clause and the simple sentence inside the long sentence while listening or reading. This skill helps use us to understand the whole story more easily. If you can successfully catch the phrase, clause, or simple sentence inside a long sentence, your comprehension will improve significantly. I think when we learn the pattern of the sentences, so using phrase, clause, and simple sentence in the long sentence, is about grammar. When we learn grammar, and then it's best time to know about the patterns of the sentences, and then practice sentence with the grammar. These is practically, and then it's good. And all the idea is simply then basically. And then whatever you study, consume all as quickly as you can. That's it.